What's up, everybody? It's your boy Chaos, and welcome to a new episode of Take It to the Table. I am joined by none other than Ignacio and the returning guest, Soul. How you doing today, gentlemen?
Oh, I'm good. It's good to be back. The dominating force of this team is back, ready to put the right professional wrestling with Baldy Twat here talking shite and Yeezy ass haircut boy over there talking utter nonsense. Like, you couldn't have one nice show without me. God damn, it's like last time you talked about Orange Cassidy and Will Ospreay. I really can never take a time off. I gotta become full time, no leave, no nothing. I gotta stay here and sort everyone out. God damn it, you're making me
keep
work
everybody in
overtime.
line.
Keep everyone in line. Fair enough. He's not holding back, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, yeah. So, yeah, it was quite a jam-packed episode. But on the crazy part, let's just jump back into obviously what the stuff that I was talking about from the feedback from most people. People kind of agreed with him, so it can't have been that bad.
They're turning over. The marks are turning over in my favor here in Wrestling Republic.
Yeah,
nobody likes it. Not even the big man Ben likes it. I know it.
Definitely. But yeah, let's go back on the course. We got a jam-packed episode for you today, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to be talking about the newly announced match that's happening at Crown Jewel, which is of course Logan Paul versus Roman Reigns. He has jumped everyone over the rankings and is challenging him for the title. We're going to give our thoughts if it's a good move or not. They will also give our thoughts on the Tournament of Champions that's going on at AEW and how it's been thought out and who should win and everything else in between that. We're going to be talking about a certain thing called fan etiquette. Ignacio is going to be dabbling into that and what we mean, so be sure to check that out. And there's also a certain theme that's been playing at live WWE live events that has been ongoing, and people have obviously kind of put two and two together or some other people think it's someone else. So obviously I'm going to discuss that and what is most likely going to be and who isn't going to be. But yeah, as always, jam-packed episode. Make sure you like and subscribe to the channel. Without further ado, let us take it to the table. All right.
Oh, shit.
Don't break yourself now. All right, so let's start off with pretty much the most recent news that's happened. So as of this recording, yesterday there was a press conference in Las Vegas, and it stemmed from basically Logan Paul was on SmackDown on Friday, and he pretty much just threw an open challenge to Roman Reigns to show up at a press conference that was in Las Vegas, and obviously was sort of returning Roman Reigns. And a little altercation between the Usos and Sami Zayn and all that kind of stuff. Which, by the way, SmackDown last week was actually, I thought it was a pretty fun show. It was very, very solid overall. But yeah, this segment obviously went into Las Vegas, and Triple H announced at the press conference that it was going to be Roman Reigns versus Logan Paul in Saudi Arabia at Crown Jewel for the WWE Undisputed Universal Championship. So yeah, everyone's been pretty divisive. I think it's a no-brainer why they made this, and we all know who's the winner's going to be and whatnot. But I just want to get your guys' thoughts on what was your thoughts when you saw the segment on SmackDown leading up to this, and do you think Logan might pull an upset? I don't know, but yeah, what's your thoughts on this, guys?
Can you say I'm drunk? Jesus Christ. I'll go first. I look at this from two business mindsets, the business mindset and the fan mindset. From the business mindset, this is absolutely stellar. You've got the most popular wrestler in the world, the most popular social media guy in the world in a match in Saudi. Because, where else are you going to have this? Saudi's like the, like a drugged out dream where matches happen. I mean, it's going to do great for ticket sales. It's going to do great for views, media, social media interactions. It's going to do absolutely bang up job for the WWE. And then the fan mindset is, this is utter goddamn dog shite. What the utter crap.
Who said that?
Look, I'm more excited to see Roman Reigns beat the ever living crap out of that blonde twat, make him bleed the hard way. But then I think about if you're a wrestler on the card and then you're just like, oh, I've been there for 10 years, working my ass off and done this and that, win some championships. And then the blonde guy who did shit in Japan and had his dad's sex tape leaked gets to jump the queue and gets the title. Oh, well, he's not going to win it, obviously. No way in hell is the boy going to win it. But you'd be a bit ticked off, I would imagine, a wrestler on the card. But I mean, hey, it's for business. I understand why it's being made. Hey, let it be.
Yeah, you just definitely gotta just take the fan side of things. Like I say, it's purely business. Nothing really matters much when it comes to Crown Jewel. I mean, they have made it a bit more palatable, especially the last Crown Jewel where you had Seth versus Edge in the Hell in a Cell. Great match. So it's they're trying to make it more as part of the product than just some just a side thing where you see these, like you said, these drugged out dream matches that never go to plan. So yeah, but yeah, obviously Reigns, I'm going to be team Reigns. He's definitely going to win.
Yeah, of course. Who knows now? With Braun Strowman coming back, he might defend that title he won in Saudi. What was it, the Greatest Royal Rumble one or something like that?
Oh my God, yeah. Remember that? Oh goodness.
Reigning champ, boys.
That shit is under his mattress, man. He ain't bringing that out. That's underneath his bed.
Dust on it and everything. It's like,
yeah, of course.
Side plates
the one where you had, that was the one where they had like 39 jobbers or something like that, and then
and a bunch of random sumo guys coming in as well. Jericho's last WWE thing as well. I'm pretty sure.
Who's what? Sorry.
Jericho's, wasn't that his last WWE appearance?
That was one of his last double. Yeah, they definitely. Yeah. And there was, I think it was Taker against Rusev in a casket match, if I recall. And then, of course, the greatest moment, Titus World Slide, happened on that event, so that was good. But yeah, it's best for business. He's got a great following, brings more size to the product. But yeah, it should be fine. You can't really write off Logan Paul. Like, he put on a great match at SummerSlam. You got to be honest. Yeah, he did put, and a lot of these celebrities so far are putting in good. In my opinion, good matches in. Obviously, him, Bad Bunny. I'm sorry, Ignacio. Bad Bunny put in a good work with his matches in.
No, fucking.
But yeah, it is what it is. It's not going to matter afterwards. It's just going to bring out to the product. What's your thoughts on that, Ignacio?
I'll bring up a few things here that I liked. I saw snippets of the press conference, probably the main points. Did you guys see the press conference all the way through?
I was watching it.
Okay, well, I watched snippets of it, and I like the presentation. I like it, and the reason why I liked it so much is they kept in line with quote unquote kayfabe, right? The whatever media was there. I don't know I'm pretty sure some of the dirt sheet guys were there, but and other media and stuff. But pretty much when AEW does the press conferences, it's all the fucking dirt sheet guys. It's from whoever at the Observer, well, it's Meltzer or Alvarez or Salcedo or all those morons that work over there, and then all the Wrestling Inc. or whoever, I don't know, I don't know. Sean Ross Sapp is probably the most legitimate one. I don't have that much issues with him, but anyway, but they ask questions regarding on backstage bullshit and all this, and then let's take the CM Punk stuff out of it. Like when Jericho was up there, he was kind of influencing them to talk about backstage bullshit and who should have won, who should have lost, what they should have planned. Dude, I don't want to hear that bullshit. Like, I'll read that stuff because they're going to report on it later anyway. I like, the reason why I like the WWE press conference is because they kept up with kayfabe. They kept it in line with building a story as opposed to trying to get dirt on the issue. Like, if WWE invited like Forbes and Sports Illustrated and stuff like that, there's like legitimate wrestling fans that write on the WWE on their platforms that will be more than happy to keep up with kayfabe because it makes them feel like they're a part of the product, right? They're a part of the match. So they keep up with it. And I liked it. I liked the fact that they kept, like when they did the one at Clash of the Castle and Roman just got up and said, acknowledge me. And the reporter was like, oh, I acknowledge you. That was fucking great. I loved it. But I mean, so yeah, the presentation was good. Triple H did really good building up the match. And somebody, I've been seeing stuff online as far as 2 matches and now he's the number 1 contender or whatever. the rankings in WWE, they've never
Man.
really meant anything. I've explained before on how they can perfect that, or how can they legitimize it. But let's say a UFC has done it and boxing has done it, where they have a top 10, and it's not always the number one guy gets the title match necessarily. It's the guy who could draw the most money that gets the title match, whether that be guy number 3, number 4, number 5, or whatever. And I think Triple H did a good job explaining that by putting over Logan Paul, that, well, he's got the number 1 podcast in the world. He's a great athlete. Money Mayweather. He's a legitimate boxer. He's a legitimate athlete, and on, stroking Logan Paul and building him up. I think he did. That's what he did. That's what he tried to do to explain why Logan Paul is getting a shot at Roman Reigns, because he's an attraction. He's a legitimate athlete. He might be a gimmick boxer, but he's still got professional boxing experience, even if it was against a smaller Mayweather, which Heyman made light of on SmackDown. But yeah, it was a good build. Roman did very good too. It was a very professional, sports-like presentation, which what Tony Khan was supposed to give us and hasn't given us. I liked it a lot. I think Triple H, he might have listened to the podcast, because didn't I mention about a month ago that probably the biggest next legitimate larger than life superstar is going to be somebody from media, podcasting, or sports. Somebody like Logan Paul.
Yeah, you did call it.
Yeah, of course. We're thinking it right now. Triple H is in the office in Stanford. He's just like, yes, that guy, the guy from Texas. He knows what he's doing. I trust this boy with my company.
Triple H, I'll take your call. I will take your call. Soul will take your call. Soul will take your call, and he'll forward it to me. He'll be my secretary. Anyway.
Right, hold on.
But yeah.
Right. I'm not taking that call. It would be too expensive with fucking over the Atlantic. But also, I'm not your secretary. Shut it.
But anyway, but what I mean is that Logan Paul, he's not going to win, but Triple H knows where the money is, and I agree with both of you all that this is quote unquote what's best for business, because Saudi Arabia, it's an attraction show, and this is an attraction, and this might be Triple H flirting with the fact that we're not necessarily looking for people within the wrestling business. We're looking for also people outside of the wrestling business that can contribute to our product and bring more eyes to it, and could set up the platform for that. Somebody coming in and being the next larger than life superstar, like Logan Paul, like Pat McAfee, maybe even Logan Paul. Maybe eventually he's not going to win the title, right? But maybe eventually, if he decides, which I know a lot of people might think it's crazy because he made so much fucking money doing other stuff. WWE is probably like a drop in the bucket to him. But if he decided to do it semi full time, I think Logan Paul can be a major player in the business.
Yeah. I mean, we've dabbled on it before. When you did bring up about bringing someone outside of the wrestling business into, and it just makes sense. Either way, I'm still gonna tune in. It's not something that I'm gonna just let it pass by and just see the results afterwards. I think it'll still be an interesting match. I think we'll just have to see what happens. Really, I'm just looking forward to it. Moving swiftly on from that, we gonna be talking about what's going on the AEW side. Which of course the Tournament of Champions. It's pretty much right now is the finals. It's gonna be between Moxley and Danielson. Is this their second encounter? This is their second encounter in AEW, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, they had one at Revolution, which I saw, which was great.
Oh yeah. That was a good match. Who you got your bets on for this match?
I mean, I kind of want Bryan to win just because I feel like he deserves it. But I feel like with all the MJF stuff towards Mox, it's more likely Mox is going to win it. But I mean, it doesn't matter either way because we know that MJF's more than likely going to win it in the end with his casino chip cash-in sort of situation. So maybe give Bryan it just so you can say like, hey, Bryan's held the championship, give it some esteem and be like, yeah, it's kind of a big deal. Then we could get MJF and Bryan Danielson at Full Gear because I'm pretty sure Full Gear is in MJF territory.
Yeah, yeah. I'm more leaning towards Danielson, not just because of what. First off, he definitely deserves it. He should have been in the title picture this whole time. Um, uh, and obviously with the thing with Moxley, obviously this was all unplanned. You know, he even said it in his on the Dynamite the night after All Out. He said like I'm supposed to be on my vacation, so I think this is just a temporary thing just to keep him here, and then he loses against Danielson, then he's gonna be off TV for a while.
Well,
that's my assumption. And then
yeah.
go on.
Well, I mean, yeah. When I saw the brackets, I'm like, damn, can't they just put the belt on Danielson already? But then I thought they did a segment, or they've done a couple of segments with MJF going out there and with Moxley on that first Dynamite right after the pay-per-view, and then they came out and Jim JF came out on this past Dynamite and looked like they're building something with him and Moxley. So I mean, do you give Danielson the title, and then that kind of, well, for my opinion, since Daniel's inception in the company, he's kind of, in my opinion, he's kind of cooled off a little bit. Not that he can't rebuild his character, rebuild himself, or only if Tony Khan allows him to, and Tony Khan allows Bryan Danielson to do his shit. But I mean, he's kind of cooled off, and then do you put the belt on Danielson, and then doesn't that cool off Moxley and the angle that they're trying to go with MJF? Because I thought that they were trying to go with give Moxley the title, and then MJF will cash in the chip at Full Gear. But then you have Moxley lose, and Moxley's lost the title 2 times within 2.5 or 3 months. So doesn't that make Moxley look like shit? Or
Yeah,
they're painting themselves in a corner, is what I'm trying to.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, this was not their intention. You know what I mean?
It was unplanned. I mean,
that's clear.
Yeah.
But it's just the hand they were dealt with, and I feel like they've done well with the hand they're dealt with, which I feel like is something AEW always does well. You know, no matter what hand they're dealt, they always try to do the best things they can out of bad situations. I could either take either man. Either man wins the title, but at the end, we all know it's just leading to MJF's title run. So I don't want to say it doesn't matter, but it's more like it's just a bridge to a bigger event.
Yeah, but then okay, so then is Full Gear that big event? Like, is it still too soon for MJF, or is it the perfect time?
No, it's never too soon. I mean, he was gone for 6 months when he came back to the biggest pop of the night on All Out. So honestly, it doesn't matter about timing, I think.
I don't know. I think if they put it on MJF, then it's kind of like MJF made that comment, like, I'm going to use it as a bargaining chip for the bidding war of 2024. If they put it on MJF at the pay-per-view, then he's got to be in for like a long title reign.
I mean, he should be. I think he's deserved it.
I mean, out of all of them, I mean, obviously, who's more reliable? Obviously, I think anyone besides CM Punk right now is more reliable. But I mean, it's but the thing is, at the same time, I want Danielson to have a decent reign. I'm tired of, because right now it is obviously it's not their intentions. It's still in the way of a hot potatoing the title. You know, so I don't know. I want him to keep it until. Wait, what did you say? MJF's pay-per-view is Full Gear.
That's in November. Yeah.
Okay.
And then Revolution is in February. And then in between then, I know they have a December show. I forgot what it's called.
Winter is Coming.
Yeah, in December. So
I think it'll be fine every way, honestly. I mean, if MJF gets a long title reign, we all like seeing MJF on the TV. Imagine how much of a dick he's going to be with the title. I mean, that'll be fun, entertaining TV. And then you have one of the pillars or someone, an AEW original, take the belt off him. And if he wants to go to WWE, let him. And if not, then you could run back another program with him and Mox, or maybe if Punk's back and able to, Cam, maybe have another program with him. There's options you can get from this. I think it will be fine. It will work out. Just calm down.
No, I'm not worried at all. But I'm just saying, because, like I said, with Danielson, I'd rather him have a decent run with his first time, and then give it to MJF. MJF should definitely be next in line. I just, like you said, I don't want it to be, like you said, for a couple months, especially when he's just trying to rebuild Danielson's momentum. Because I agree. Yeah. I think, but Danielson being in that JAS storyline definitely cooled him off. After the Hangman Page stuff, yeah, the momentum kind of went down. So I just still feel like if he's gonna get a title, give him a decent reign. Maybe MJF does win it, and maybe Winter is Coming, because that is one of their major shows. I feel like Full Gear is a bit too soon. But yeah, we'll just see what happens. I like I said, I agree. I do whatever happens. I trust AEW to make it make sense for the most part. And it will work out okay. Because right now everything's in turmoil. Even though, like I said, it's no fault of their own. They didn't ask for what happened after All Out. They didn't ask for that. But I'm just saying, it's like they gotta be wary how they play this out. That's what I'm trying to say. So, okay then. So that's our thoughts on the Tournament of Champions. So next up, Ignacio, I believe you have something that really grinds your gears. You want to get off your chest. Something about fans, if you will, please.
Jesus.
Well, I'm an educator by trade, and I educate every week on the show on Wrestling Republic on what good wrestling's supposed to be.
Sorry.
The only people you educate are the deaf.
Sorry, carry on.
So I have to educate the fans every week of Wrestling Republic and the marks on what wrestling's supposed to be. But we're taking a left turn here, and I know Ben and you and some of the other guys thought this was an interesting topic. That's fan etiquette when approaching wrestlers, superstars, meet and greets, and so forth and so on. So, as I've mentioned a few times on the show in the past, that every time there's a meet and greet, a get together, or what have you, a Comic-Con here in my area in Texas, and I have the opportunity to go meet some of the superstars that I grew up with, or current superstars, whoever's throwing a show or whoever's on the card. If it's somebody I like and I'm intrigued by, I'll take the opportunity, go get an autograph, go take a picture, have maybe a little conversation, depending who's running the show, who it is, and so forth. And so, but there's some well, what can I say? There's some weirdos, and if you want to call them maybe perverts or whatever out there, that make the experience for some of the fans and some of the wrestlers themselves a little displeasing, I guess you can say. So I got a top. At first, it was a top 10, and then I thought of a couple of more. One of them's like more of a kind of like a pro tip, and then the extra one there that it just has to do with the wrestlers and I guess you can say their health. But I'll start off with number one here. And Chaos, you have the list in front of you, Chaos? No?
This is like Ned's school for surviving. And remembers that show on Nickelodeon. It's like he's got the goddamn list for survival etiquette here.
I got the list here. So number one, I think, is universal. I think any talent, wrestler, or whatever, and fan at the Expo, Comic-Con, meet and greet that you go to will agree with this, is wash your ass. As in wash your ass. As in bathe, throw some deodorant on, some cologne, make yourself look presentable. I don't mean dress up for the occasion. I go wear your wrestling shirt, apparel, whatever you want, but I mean make sure it's clean, washed, deodorized, or what have you, because I've gone to these things and there's some smelly motherfuckers that go there. And
I mean, I can definitely vouch for this, because especially during that Clash of the Castle, there was some people that were just coming before the show even started. You can vouch for that as well. So
yeah, you know the one I'm thinking of on the top of my head that I saw on the train coming to Clash.
Oh, God. Hold your farts in, go to the bathroom, whatever the fuck that you need to do. But I mean, it's displeasing, especially these lines get pretty long if you're next to somebody that hasn't showered in a couple of days. If you're coming straight from work, right, or the night shift, pack some deodorant with you. Stop by a convenience store or a Flying J, a truck stop or whatever, and take what we call here in the States. I don't know what they call them over there in the UK or what have you, but take what we call a whore bath, which is going to sink and just wash the main parts, the armpits, right, the crotch, the butthole, or whatever. And,
yeah, no wonder why America's a shithole.
Wash yourself, people. Wash yourself, people. The talent will appreciate it, right? And I'm pretty sure they agree with me. No matter indie talent, pro talent, whatever, they will agree. Wash your ass.
Yep.
Number two here. Let's move on to number two, because I think everybody agrees with number one. Number two, dude, don't touch the female talent. I mean, it's just, it can be weird for them. We've seen like pictures and stuff floating around the internet. I don't know if you guys have seen them on Facebook or whatever. Like
the utter the stuff that can make a cringe compilation. You're sitting
yes.
like, oh yes, the cringe, just so divine.
There's that famous one with Becky Lynch where she's just like
yes,
tight and stuff like that.
I'll say from personal experience here. When I went to AW Revolution Fan Fest, I saw Sky Blue and AQA, who's sadly retired now. And when they were doing their Fan Fest things, the way I always approached it, it was just always like a wee fist bump or like a wee back-to-back sort of thing. That's how I felt.
So yeah,
like,
shake hands.
AQA was like very like all this like let's do like a hug and like over the shoulder things. Like, okay, cool. If you're fine with that, then I'm fine with that. I would say if they approach it or like engage it, then that's fine. But don't try it yourself, guys.
Don't force it. Don't force it.
Shake hands, fist bump, like you said. So like Fitterman, it's a company based out of, it's a talent management company based out of Houston. Actually, they run WWE meet and greets now. Like they are the exclusive meet and greet people for WWE. So if you go to a meet and greet with WWE, they're going to be running the show and they'll tell you like, hey, no fist bumping. Don't get too close. Don't hug. Don't arm. Whatever. They'll give you the rules. AEW. I don't know what company. I know it's a third party company that runs their deal. It's the one that used to do ROH. I don't know the name of the company. Same thing. They'll give you the rules pretty much. The talent wants to shake hands, whatever, fist bump. They'll give. But for like the indie, like the Comic Cons and the Wrestle Cons, they're the independents, I guess. As far as like, let's say for example, Hogan, Batista, whatever. They're not really affiliated with a company. If the wrestlers are there, try to look at the etiquette while you're in line, seeing what's going on. If they're allowing hugs, if they're shaking hands or whatever, like, fine. If the females like are putting your arm around you, I don't know. Like when I went to AEW, like I went to Dynamite in Houston, I met Serena Deeb. She put her arm around me. I just gave the thumbs up. I didn't, but don't take it upon yourself to hug the females.
Don't be like this
guy. There you go. Yeah.
Oh my god!
He's like, oh, even this one. Oh my god!
That's the one I was talking about. Yeah. So yeah, just don't touch the females. I mean, if they're
inviting, printed it off and went to work and like, this is my wife.
Yeah. If they're inviting, fine. Kind of like what Soul mentioned. If not, just
look at that page one. Oh fuck.
Yeah. And you wonder why, and everybody wonders why fucking Sasha Banks made a big deal. Come on. Anyway.
Yeah, 100%.
All right,
look at the Sasha and Bailey, Sasha and Naomi ones they took. Like people were like fucking 20 feet away.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Social distancing at its finest, for sure. Yeah. But yeah, proceed.
All right. No, I agree. Yeah. Number 3, approaching in bars, restaurants, airports, gyms,
especially gyms,
hotels. There you go.
And, all right, and toilets as well, like public restrooms as well, guys. Fuck's sake, learn.
Yeah, I forgot about that one. Well, yeah, that says it all in itself. Well,
have you seen the one where like there's one with Randy Orton in the restroom? You see the kid?
Yeah.
Flipping hell.
So like hotels, dude, hotels and airports. These guys, especially airports, dude. I hate fucking flying. Like I hate it. I'm not afraid of it. I just hate it.
It's stress
that comes with it. My ears always pop. I'm worried about my luggage. These guys travel all the time. I'm pretty sure the same thing. As soon as they get off the plane, they're either on their way to the arena. Well, number one, they're probably on their way to get a rental car to get to the arena. Maybe on the way to go to the gym. Maybe on the way to go get something to eat. Maybe on the way. They're in a hurry, dude. And if they don't have a layover, dude, just leave them alone. Like this is all about time and place. Just let them be. Maybe wave at them. Maybe say, hey, hi, whatever. How are you? Just leave them alone. Let them do their thing. Same thing in hotels. When they get to the hotel, it's probably because they came from a meeting, or they just came from the airport, or they're just trying to relax, right? They're going to be nice and welcoming, especially if it's somebody from WWE or AEW. They're going to be embracing and welcoming and so forth because, unless it's Kingston or CM Punk or whoever, those assholes. But I mean, they're going to be embracing and so forth. But I mean, just leave them alone. Let them do their thing. Let them relax. If you catch them at a meet and greet before the show, an official meet and greet and so forth, time and place. Restaurants, definitely not. If you know what, restaurants and bars, don't approach them, especially if they're with their families. Do not approach them. That's their time. That's family time. Everybody knows that these guys have limited time with their families. And if they're on the road with them, definitely give them their space. But if you see a talent at a bar, send them a drink. Buy them a drink. Pay for their meal, whatever. And just, the bartender or the server or whatever will be like, hey, that guy, whatever, wave at him. Hey, and then if they wave you over, hey, I appreciate what you do for the business. I just, wanted to show my appreciation. One drink is on me, or drinks are on me, or whatever. And thank you. Shake hands.
Yeah, you say away. That, and so then Brock Lesnar's like 8 fucking tomahawk steaks and like 20 beers.
That's what I'm saying. Within reason, send them a drink, pay for their soft drinks or whatever they're drinking, but just, leave them alone at restaurants and bars.
You've seen the people on Twitter have been fooled by fake accounts sending hundreds of dollars.
Yes.
Never a good
That's insane. Yeah.
That's nuts. But I mean, but yeah, in that environment, I was staying at the hotel where they had WrestleCon at, and Godfather and Rikishi, D'Lo Brown were there at the bar, and you had guys trying to approach them, and they were extremely annoyed by some of the individuals who were approaching them. One guy offered Godfather $20 to take a picture with them, and he fucking blew him off. Like something, the guy was obviously drunk or whatever. But I mean, so time and place, right? Wait for the WrestleCon. These guys will have a table set up, the day of during their designated time. Wait for that time. But on that, if you see them at a restaurant or a bar, buy them a drink. If they wave you over, say hello. If they offer to take a picture, cool. Other than that, just leave them alone. If they're with their family, definitely stay away. Give them their space. Gyms, leave them alone.
Leave them alone.
They're trying to get their workout in. They probably have their headphones in. They want to isolate themselves from the world, do what they have to do, because after they work out, they're probably headed to the arena. They're probably headed to the hotel to get their shit to go to the airport, whatever. These people are always in a hurry, right? Leave them alone. Gyms, leave them alone. Restaurants, bars, buy them a drink, pay for their meal, whatever. Show their appreciation. They wave you over, cool. Restrooms, definitely not. That's fucking sick and perverted. You guys need help. What else here? What else did I mention? Restaurants, bars, airports. Oh, hotels. Yeah. Hotels, let them relax, let them chill out with their significant others or their people there, their friends and stuff. Just, wave at them, whatever. So that's number 3. So number 4 is kind of a pro tip. Take cash. So usually with AEW and WWE, before you go to the meet and greet, you have to prepay online or something. Like AEW, you have to do it through their store.
Yeah. So for a Revolution, it was like an email you get, and
correct.
Takes you to a separate site. Obviously, you could buy like a purchase pack for the wrestlers. When you got to the Fan Fest, there was a table lined out with everyone's like initials on it, and you would get this packet with a 8x10 in it, Sharpies, and basically it was like a ticket as well. So it was a nice system.
Okay. Yeah, Fitterman does the same thing. Fitterman, you can prepay for tickets online prior to the meet and greet, and then you can buy tickets there at the show. But for those that are at Comic, some of them that are at Comic, like I said, some of them that are not affiliated with either of the major companies, that they're doing it independently or through a third party, they might only take cash, and probably because they don't want to pay taxes on it. So take cash, right? Cash. Help those guys out.
I thought that because in London they got this thing called the MCM Comic Con, and you get all kinds. You get wrestlers, film stars, all that kind of stuff. And I went to the first one. No, I went to this one this year. So this is obviously post COVID. So obviously, I thought, oh well, hardly anywhere is really taking cash. So I thought they were going to do contactless. Nope, so it was straight cash. And ATMs and them kind of things are an absolute bitch, especially when they try to charge you an extra fee for taking out your own fucking money. It's the absolute piss take. So yeah, definitely go cash wherever, any convention or anything. Yeah.
Not only that, for FanFest AEW, it was all contactless cards actually, which was really nice, because trying to buy my $800 belt, I was not going to carry $1,000 on cash on me.
No.
For sure.
And those, like I said,
and I was shooting it like, this is a Scottish card. Is it going to work with American card machines? And the guy was like, I don't know, let's test it. And I was like, contactless, beep, 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 ding. I was like, yes, it's mine.
Like I said, the major companies will have a platform where you'll be able to prepay, but for like the independent guys and the guys that aren't affiliated with a major company, I'm talking about like your major stars that aren't affiliated with one of the major companies. A lot of them, they take cash because they don't want to have to report it, right? So help those guys out.
Hilarious.
Number 5, Number 5, this is kind of like another pro tip. Don't take cash, and this is etiquette on the wrestler side, I guess you can say. Don't take cash out until you get to the table if you're going to pay with cash, because I'm not going to mention any names of any wrestlers or anything like that. I'm not going to do that, but it's happened to me at least maybe 4 or 5 times where I was listening to the individual that was in front of me, him negotiating with, or not negotiating, but him speaking to the individual, the representative of the wrestler who was taking the monies for him. And went something like, okay, picture and photo, $30. And then he came up to me and I had my cash in my hand. He saw how much cash in my hand and saw that I also had I had a bunch of shit in my hands, including my cash in my wallet. And he said, okay, picture, autograph, $40. You just charged that guy $30 in front of me. And he's like, oh yeah, $30. So, some people they don't feel inclined to either answer back or kind of fight back a little bit because they see the wrestler and they kind of feel bad because they know that specific individual has fallen on some hard times, right? Whether it be on social media, if they'd have announced it and so forth, or what have you. So they don't feel inclined to either fight or answer back. But in this case, I'm like, dude, fuck you. That guy charged that guy $30. I'm paying $30. All right, cool, whatever. So don't take your cash out until you get to the table, right? Have you guys experienced the same thing or heard of it?
No, it's usually just the set standard $30 or 40 with a photo kind of thing. So yeah.
So, or I don't know, maybe it's that specific reps trying to take some off the top for himself, but I don't know. Just kind of be careful with that. You're gonna pay cash.
I did the free stuff at FanFest, the Revolution. I did all the free stuff.
Okay. Yeah, don't take the cash out till you get to the table. Number 6, this another. Here we go with our etiquette.
Oh
here.
yes.
Signing body parts.
Oh,
dude, it's just weird. I mean, it's just like, girls have done it in concerts and with rock stars or movie stars, whatever, signing the titties or what have you. But with guys and maybe even females alike, dude, it's just weird. I don't know. Maybe I don't know if I'm out of line here, but I mean, signing of the leg, of the chest, just body parts and stuff. I don't know, dude. I think it's just weird. I think I've seen a lot of the talent. They're kind of uncomfortable doing it. Most of the ones I've seen. Try to refrain with that if you can. Most of the places that
Brock wasn't.
Who's that?
Brock Lesnar.
Oh shit.
That was back in 2003.
You know who else is in that segment as well?
Yeah. Who is it?
CM Punk.
Kennedy. Is it Kennedy?
No, I'm sure it's Punk.
I'm sure it was.
I'm definitely sure Punk's in that segment. Isn't that?
Yeah, there he is. There's Kennedy there.
I'm sure Punk's in that segment.
Let me see if I can find it. Hold on. Let me see if I can. Is this
we have a mission, boys. Let's not get distracted.
Yeah, I know. Sorry, Ignacio. Oh yeah, no, right there. Yeah, you're right.
Oh, yeah. I'm trying to see. Oh, there you go.
Yeah, that's Punk, but you definitely see Kennedy. He's like right here somewhere. There he is. That's just fanboying out. Yeah, fair enough. Anyway, yeah, continue.
I don't know. Most of the guys I've seen are kind of a little bit uncomfortable unless it's a situation like that. But I don't know. Like a dude asking another dude to sign your leg. I don't know. I think that's a little weird. I hope I'm not too out of context like that. Females asking to sign guys asking for a female wrestler to sign his whatever, chest, arm, back. I don't know, dude. Some of them are a little weirded out. So just be conscious about that. I can probably say do your research, maybe. Right?
Yeah.
What do we got here?
So was he able to see the video when I played it?
Yeah, I was watching it right now. Was that?
Oh, right. Yeah, that's Punk right there.
There you go.
Oh,
yeah.
That's Punk.
And then I don't know who that was. And then you see Kennedy just right there. Yeah, this fanboy.
Okay.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah.
Do your research.
Say again?
We'll leave it up to
Mike.
Yeah. So we'll say do your research then. How about that? Do your research because I don't know. I have noticed some of the guys and gals are a little weirded out with that. And then we'll go. This is an interesting one. Number 7, showing tattoos. I definitely have seen some guys, some talent alike, that are a little weirded out about some dude having a whole back tattoo of them on their back.
Yeah.
Or leg tattoos, or a shrine of them on their arm.
I see.
I don't know.
I've recently seen one where someone actually did a Mount Rushmore of like all the wrestlers on their back, and so it had Hogan, Ric Flair, like
Yeah.
All these kind of people. And there was like, what the hell? But thank you, but kind of weird. But yeah,
Just imagine when they're 70, there's going to be like a wrinkled ball sack on their back.
Yeah, like so. I know Arn Anderson said he had a really weird experience of that like years back. The guy had his tattooed on his arm, wanted him to sign it or whatever. I think it was his arm and his chest or whatever. That will definitely weird him out. So I think that a lot of the guys are a little uncomfortable. I don't know about the gals, but I would assume so also. But it's just, dude, it's just kind of weird. Just kind of, I don't know. I don't want to tell people don't be you. You know what I mean? But I guess keep the talent in mind. When approaching them and wanting to show off your tattoos or whatever you have of them, pictures or whatever, on your bodies. I just think more times than most, they are a little freaked out. Like I met a guy at an indie show one time. He had like a whole mural, and this was a big guy. I mean, he was about 6 foot, 300 pounds, and maybe I'm being generous. His wife had actually paid for him to have like a whole mural of his back of the Undertaker.
Jesus.
I'm pretty sure maybe Undertaker can appreciate that in a photo from afar, but like at a meet and greet, I'm not sure that the dead man would.
That's definitely a healthy marriage.
Yeah.
Definitely.
I'm not sure the dead man would appreciate that much in person, but I don't know. I think it's just kind of weird. Just kind of keep those to yourself. That's my opinion. Anyway, number 8. If you go to WWE or an AEW thing, meet and greet, or sometimes they have these one-man shows where I know Paul Heyman has done them. A lot of guys have done them where they it's like a stage show where they answer questions, right?
Yep.
Now, you did the Undertaker showcase, didn't you?
Yeah. It was different. It was a bit weird. Just to double on that. Because the Undertaker, we did the a one man dead show, one man dead man show, whatever it was called, and it was purely definitely unscripted. Like, and he has a lot of stories, but I think he barely even told maybe 3 different stories about certain things that happened backstage and whatnot. And he just kept going on, like repeating himself. Answered a couple questions. He even talked about AEW as well. One thing he said that he enjoys AEW, but he thinks that their main problem is trying to do what WWE did back in the Attitude Era, Ruthless Aggression Era, but with today's wrestlers, and you can't do that. It doesn't really work. That's what he said. Something like that.
Yeah.
So yeah. But yeah, continue.
What I was getting at, if it's WWE or AEW, they're not going to let you do it. Don't ask them to plug your shit, your podcast, your business, your website, whatever. They can't do it because they don't know you. WWE doesn't know you. They don't know what your product is. They don't know your background, whatever. So don't ask them to plug your shit. With the indie guys, the guys that aren't affiliated with either major company or Impact or whatever, or sometimes Impact does allow it. You probably have to contact the host of the event, the Comic-Con, the whatever it is. Contact the host, and they'll ask the talent if you would be allowed to do that. And if they are, you probably have to be specific. Hey, I want to shoot a 30-second video plugging our podcast, right? And then they'll do a little promo or whatever for you. But if it's WWE and AEW, definitely not. They're not going to do it. If they're not in business with you in some way or another, it's probably going to be a straight no. With WWE, definitely. AEW, I'm not too sure. With the indie guys, the guys aren't affiliated with the major companies. Like I said, my advice would be contact whoever's hosting the show, putting on the event. They'll get in contact with the talent, right? And then the talent, it's a yes or no or what have you. But other than that, don't ask them. They're going to get fucking annoyed. Let's see. Number 9. Let's see. Have a good question ready to go, right? So if it's one of these one-man shows, like you mentioned, Chaos or whatever, have a good question. A lot of these guys, they like answering questions about the business, of course, but a lot of them, they're on Instagram doing other shit. Like, for example, I don't know, for whatever reason, Baron Corbin's been popping up on my stream or whatever, or my whatever scroll or whatever. He's a big barbecue guy.
Yeah.
So is Brock Lesnar, of course. Ask him about other shit that, outside of the business, and they'll appreciate it. They'll get a sense of that you care about them, the person, or have similar interests, and they'll appreciate it, and they might even remember you the next time they come around. So have a good question ready relating to some other aspect of their lives or interests, right? And that kind of leads to the next, is that this number 10 here. Don't ask about backstage bullshit, right? Because they're not going to answer it, and they're probably annoyed by it. And I'm talking about not stuff that happened 20, 30, 15 years ago. Like, Bret Hart and Shawn Michaels. Bret Hart always gets fucking asked about Montreal and all that shit. So, but for example, don't ask CM Punk, the Bucks, Omega, whatever, what the fuck's going on, because they can't answer it. And they're not going to answer it. And they're probably never going to answer it. Though they'll give their opinions on it later on. Don't ask.
Yeah, not when an investigation's happening. Like
No, when it's fresh.
Yeah.
When it's
Or
fresh.
even, Moxley has a meet and greet or whatever. Don't ask them about current backstage bullshit. They get annoyed by it. They're probably trying to forget about it. So just don't ask. That was number 10. I guess the bonus, and this is something I saw at a recent one, maybe a couple of months ago, was, so I went to go meet Rikishi and Road Dogg, and I kind of regret that last one. I went to go
money
meet,
back.
yeah, I went to go meet Rikishi and Road Dogg, and they were the two wrestlers at that event. And so I was the second person in line. The first person ahead of me was a mother with her two children who looked like they could have been I don't know, what were they called? The Samoan SWAT team, or the Awesome Kongs in WCW. There were some heavy hitters there. Anyway, some big kids. So they were having a nice conversation with Rikishi, and they went around. He asked them, did y'all purchase a photo? Let's take your photograph, whatever. Oh, yeah. The kids went around them. They took a photo, and the mom asked, he was sitting down. She asked him to get up, and I've never seen anybody struggle or more in pain in my life than when I saw Rikishi trying to stand up for this picture. It was kind of sad. So if they're sitting down for a reason. If they want to stand up, they'll stand up. Don't ask them to stand up. Let them sit down, because it probably takes them a fucking hour and a half to 2 hours to get him out of bed in the morning as it is. So Kurt Angle, same thing. I think
he has bad knees.
I went to meet. Well, he's got him replaced now, so he's doing pretty good. But back a year and a half ago, I went to go meet him. Same thing. He was sitting down, taking pictures, whatever, shaking hands and all that stuff. A couple of people asked him to stand up, and he was cringing to watch him stand. That was hard to watch. So just, if they're sitting down for a reason. If they want to stand up and take pictures, you'll see them stand up with fans and take pictures. If they want to sit down, just let them sit down. Don't ask them to stand up.
Let's rapid fire this. You need like a red light on the back. Get off the fucking stage.
No, fair enough. So wait,
I think that was it, or did I have one more? I don't know what the fuck here. That's my handwriting's terrible. I'm sorry.
Right, you're out of time. You want another 20 minutes? You got to pay $20.
Yeah.
No, but seriously, Ignacio, those are very valid points. I can't really argue any of them. They all make sense. Fan etiquette is paramount, and for some reason, wrestling fans they need to be told, because like we saw some tragedies, we smelled some tragedies in Clash of the Castle, and that was just one pay-per-view.
We definitely agree with the first one, the wash your ass.
Yeah, we agree with them all, Ignacio. I definitely feel like it's just the standard. I mean, Chaos, you want to tell about the one that I told you I saw coming to Clash?
What, with the bunny ears?
Yeah.
You're a witness. You experienced it. You tell a quick.
So I was at London Paddington Station getting to Cardiff, and as soon as I got off, I just went there to get a beer. And as I was trying to get this beer like net for my train, I see this lassie looking like goddamn roly-poly coming across with a Liv Morgan t-shirt. Really like he'd been zoomed in too much, with cat ears and a cat tail. And I was just like, oh, I've been traveling too much.
No one said that, pulled us to the side and like, you really shouldn't do this. Like, you really shouldn't do it. I'm just
another one popped in my head was I want to say, I think it was Anna Jay, that she was at a Comic-Con, and the gentleman, she took a photoist was very rotund, and he was dressed like Batgirl with a leash. And she was holding the leash, and she couldn't look any more uncomfortable. But it's like, I don't want people to think bad of me on this. I know they think what they think of me already. But as far as personally, I'm not saying don't be you, but I mean,
there's limits, man. There's limits.
Yeah, I mean, think about how it's gonna make the talent feel. You know what I mean? The people around
you can be yourself, but understand that it might weird some people out.
Yeah. So anyway, I hope this was helpful. I hope 100%. I hope I educated.
We are enlightened, my good sir. We are enlightened of the way of the etiquette.
Thank you.
Your push is definitely gonna like no one's gonna argue with that kind of stuff on Wrestling Republic. The community, I think they can all agree. And if anyone that's been offended by any of that stuff, we're talking to you especially. Simple as. Okay, rounding it off. So there was a little there's been this theme music that's been going around in WWE live events, and everyone's kind of throwing up in arms about it. I'll quickly play a quick 30 seconds of it and see what's I don't think anyone comes out after. I think something the shift completely changes. But yeah, Soul let us they made us known about this. I'll just quickly dabble it now. There we go. Yeah.
Yeah, so this is the second time this happened. So the first time it happened was at SmackDown during an advert. And this is the second time it happened at a live event show.
Okay. Everyone's baffled. Yeah, so that's what's been happening, like you said, twice. And like I'm led to believe that nothing really happens afterwards. It goes to the next match or something.
Yeah, so basically, for the first time it happens at SmackDown during the advert, it's a lot of red lights and strobe lights, and then they point at the entrance ramp, and then darkness, and just nothing happens. It just goes back to the show. For that live event there, it's the lights in the ring this time, but the lights turn a wee shade of purple, and then nothing happens there. So at the end of the day, the song is called "The White Rabbit." I think it's by Jefferson Starship. I feel
Jefferson Starship, yeah.
Yeah, and I know that song from the Matrix 4 trailer.
Yeah, that's why I knew it. Yeah. Terrible movie, but yeah.
I was like, oh, he wasn't the best. Damn it.
And that's my favorite franchise of all time. I love the Matrix. When I saw that pissed me off. I carry on.
Yeah, you can do about that another time. But it's a good song. But what about it is it's probably an expensive song to license. So you don't just license it for like an ad break of just having music in the background. It must mean something. As well as an edited version. There's no instrumental. It's just the vocals. So why is WWE playing an expensive song edited during an ad break when no one's going to see it and having lights being used? Some people are saying, oh, it's testing for something in the future. Why would you test it when there's people in the crowd? You would test it when the show is closed so you can have like a controlled environment. Nothing else is going to happen. So it must be leading to something. Now, the obvious people are going to say, it's Bray Wyatt, it's Rotunda, he's coming back. The Fiend round 2, baby. But no, I think this actually leads to something in the past. I believe this is going to be a repackage for Karrion Kross as the White Rabbit in his former Lucha Underground gimmick. I think we're going to see this, and I feel like it's going to be either a more serious side to Kross, or we're going to get maybe a stable or something, but I definitely feel like that's what's being packaged. As we know, Triple H loves Kross, so if you love him, push him, new gimmick-wise, you can't be linked to the old BDSM Gladiator look, and have something that he's worked before and give him an expensive song, because remember, themes are important. It's not the standard WWE track 2 bass boosted shite. It's actually a licensed song that's a good song, that's eerie and atmospheric. I believe this could lead to a big main event thing for Kross in the White Rabbit.
Yeah. It's very unique. It's very different for WWE to do this kind of thing. Definitely, it's not something that they're testing. They're leading to something major. I didn't see, because I know that Kross had a match, the SmackDown before Clash. Did anyone see that? Was there anything different about his look? Was it the same or?
No, I think of the same from NXT. Yeah, I think
it was the same.
Yeah, it was the same. I'm pretty sure it was the same NXT theme, the whole black and white thing as well.
I didn't even know. I didn't even know that he was involved with Lucha Underground.
Me neither, to be honest.
Cage was
if
there.
If you search it now on Google Images, Chaos, you'll get the image of him as the White Rabbit.
Well, it's probably because when I first saw Lucha Underground, like I got instant diarrhea. Like I shit where I sat.
For fuck's sake.
Of course,
so
never satisfied.
It was the biggest, most embarrassing piece of cinema, if you want to call it that, or wrestling cinema, or whatever, in the history of.
So that's for another time. Let's stay focused, pal. We're on the task right here. I know you've got different shite going in your head.
Sorry.
This is shit.
I'm sorry.
Let's focus on task. Focus. Come on, my man. Come on.
Sorry.
Get those glasses. 20/20 or 40/40 vision. Let's focus on the task at hand.
I'm sorry.
Good man.
Fair. Yeah. Yes. You're right. Apologies. I like it. I do like the look. It's different.
I really like the look. It's definitely like I kind of get like a Hugo Strange vibe from Arkham City.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. It definitely feels like a DC character. Yeah, there he is. There.
I'm not too caught up with Lucha Underground, but I feel like there was a stable called I don't know if it was like the Rabbit's Hair or something like that, but there's definitely like a whole backstory thing to this.
Right. Okay. Fair play.
I do love the look.
Look, I do like Karrion Kross a lot, and if I don't know if it's gonna work. I'm for whatever they want to do with Karrion Kross. If it doesn't involve Vince McMahon, so they might be onto something here. Now I'm gonna have to go back and do a little research on this, which is gonna cause me to go back and watch Lucha Underground. So I'm gonna have my Tums nearby, but and my Pepto Bismol. But I mean, I'm for whatever they want to try with Karrion Kross to try to make him a star, because he is a star. I just think the fans are a little bit behind as far as realizing his potential.
Yeah. And to be fair, I blame Vince on that part. 100% blame Vince on that. They pretty much assassinated him. So yeah. But the good thing is that Triple H is doing the right thing. He's actually blending NXT into the main roster lore. Solo Sikoa defended his North American Championship for the first time on the main roster. So yeah, there's that. We'll just see how it happens. I'm a fan of Karrion Kross. Love the presentation. If they're able to somehow elevate his presentation than what he is doing now, because I think he has one of the best entrances in WWE right now, to be honest. So yeah, if they're able to elevate that, I'm all here for it. Shame we couldn't be Bray Wyatt, but that would have been interesting. But it would be cool. Bray Wyatt is definitely coming, just not yet. I think. Definitely he's coming.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. So yeah, after hearing all that stuff, make sure you leave it in the comments who you think he is, who you think he's going to be, who do you think you want it to be, and do you think it's best for business? But on that note, we've come to the end of the show. Thank you very much, Soul and Ignacio, for joining us on this glorious episode. It's been fun having you back together and just go at it, hammer and tongues as always. Love it.
Always a pleasure.
Yay.
Make sure you like and subscribe to the channel. Also follow us at Wrestling Republic on Instagram, and also at official_TITTT as well. So you be sure to be updated with all the latest episodes. Be sure to check out our latest episode of WWE 2K. I just put the final match on with Mr. Rhymes, where I got a controversial win. Be sure to check it out.
AJ Styles really messed you up there, buddy.
Oh God, that pissed me off, bro. Oh my goodness, that was absolute idiot. And also in the next couple of days, I believe on Tuesday, the episode of myself and Soul, when he actually was here live in 4K, as I throw a little freebie of it to him.
I will defend myself there. I was tired. Okay, I've been traveling all day. Right, it was like 3 a.m. I was fucked. Okay, it's not my best performance, and you can see on my face I was like dead.
Man spoiled the ending. They're just like, you could entice some people to see how.
No, I don't entice it. If it's a shite ending, it's a shite ending.
Love it. Anyway, be sure to check that out as well as the episode is coming out on Tuesday.
I'll give you some good news. Let's end it on a positive. The next guest of the Soul Sessions. I would want you to say it, but I know you can't, Chaos. So I mean, hey, that's no far on you and your lisp. But
carry on.
For the next guest of the Soul Sessions, it'll be a first for the Soul Sessions in its few months history. A two-timer. a guest is returning to the Soul Sessions. It will be Warrior Wrestling CEO Steve Torritello will be returning to the Soul Sessions to reveal 3 things, talking about their upcoming Warrior 25 show and interacting with the AEW and Ring of Honor branding team and the marketing team behind the scenes, why the Briscoes versus the Lucha Brothers was cancelled for Warrior 25. We will also talk about AEW's women's division. He will give his thoughts on that. And an exclusive as well for us, he will reveal the reasons behind the Stadium Series cancellation. They had a show in July. It was cancelled. What happened? Find out in the next episode.
There you go.
That is what you call a plug. That sounds good. I'm definitely going to tune in for that for sure. Definitely. So yeah, make sure you subscribe to us at Wrestling Republic to be sure to be notified when that goes live. And yeah, as always, this has been Taken to the Table. I have been your host, Chaos. He has been Soul. Down below has been Ignacio. Until next time, guys. Peace.